Jordan.
Music, but we have a happy.
This father and son duo came from North Carolina to see tonight's game. Diego is a Warrior fan. Dad, not so much.
We're getting along so far because everything's going my way. Too big, too strong. Really need the crowd behind us. That's why I'm here, to give us that extra boost and get us over the hump. Take total control tonight.
We're coming back tonight. We're going to tie it up 2-2, go back to Golden State, then 3-2, and then we're going to control the series.
This is former Chicago Bear Desmond Clark. And y'all hear me on many podcasts, but when y'all hear me on Pick'em Pros, y'all know it's all about family. This ain't just business.
Tavares, Jordan.
I pick 'em like a pro, global tron ball, talk a pick and roll. We gon' up the score, touchdown, this is not field goal. We the winning team, champions when you walk through the hall. You can place your bet with us, cause you know we gon' win them all. I pick 'em like a pro, global tron ball, talk a pick and roll. We gon' up the score, touchdown, this is not field goal. We the winning team, champions when you walk through the hall. You can place your bet with us, cause you know we gon' win them all. Yeah, this is a major play. We do it big in a major way. Diego be having the pick of the day. Here we come, don't care if you ready. We them boys, the gold is heavy. Top picks like cheese, no shredded. Number one is where we headed. I'm a grizzly, a bear like Desmond. I'm a Steeler, no saint, no reverend. Making plays is our profession. Do it big, it's now or never. I got game like I'm moving clever. We be reaching all different levels. Never breaking, we hitting the pedal. Right on time, we ride on schedule. I pick 'em like a pro, global tron ball, talk a pick and roll. We gon' up the score, touchdown, this is not field goal. We the winning team, champions when you walk through the hall. You can place your bet with us, cause you know we gon' win them all. I pick 'em like a pro, global tron ball, talk a pick and roll. We gon' up the score, touchdown, this is not field goal. We the winning team, champions when you walk through the hall. You can place your bet with us, cause you know we gon' win them all. Yeah. Come join the winning team. Winner circle. Pick 'em pros.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You know who it is. I am Derek Thompson.
And I'm Diego Thompson.
I'm Christopher Davis.
And who are we?
The Pick'em Pros.
We are the Pick'em Pros coming back at you in the house with a special episode of Who You Got, father-son dynamic duo, our main man, Christopher Davis. Brianna's joining us as well. We got Josh joining us in the comments. We got everybody here, man. How you guys doing?
Oh, doing great. Got a Duke Final Four game tomorrow. Ready for the road to the championship.
Okay.
Yeah.
For your sake, I hope so. I hope so, man. Hey, thank you to everybody that makes Pick'em Pros possible. We are a show is by the fans, for the fans. We talk football, basketball, golf, all that good stuff. We have a lot of fun. We support causes. We do a whole bunch of stuff here at Pick'em Pros. So check us out. You will be entertained and enlightened. Thank you to Joe here in the studio, running everything, making us look good. Appreciate you, man. All right. Shout out to Brandon behind the scenes, running the comments today. Thank you. And we'll see you at the end of the show for your time to tell us your takes on everything that we talked about. Thank you to everyone that's checking us out. We appreciate it. A big shout out to Summer. We're thinking about and praying for you and your family. So I just want to send our thoughts and prayers to you. All right. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. We got a fire show today. We are going to talk about, of course, Final Four, right? So we got the men's Final Four, women's Final Four. We're going to talk about Cooper Flagg, since, you know, we are here coming at you from Cary, North Carolina. We have to talk about Cooper Flagg and Duke, his place in Duke history. If they win this championship, where does he rank amongst the greats? We'll talk about that. We'll go into the NBA. Oh man, we had there was a game between the LA Lakers and the Golden State Warriors last night. Did you guys happen to see that game?
I definitely
I did. Yeah, it was a little rough for
okay, a little rough. Okay. Anybody Laker fans or LeBron fans on the set? Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm a LeBron fan, but unfortunately, there's a guy we traded for that decided to foul bait instead of passing the ball to the two guys that were hot on the team. So
Okay.
we'll see how that one goes.
Okay.
There's a guy named Anthony Davis who's playing well for the Mavericks right now.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah, he's playing very well, man.
Great.
Too bad they don't have Kyrie.
Yeah,
man, it would be
they have
very
like a 5-game
interesting.
win streak, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're heating up a little bit.
Yeah, they are. It would be very interesting. But this should be in the play-in, so who knows what noise they make? That would be hilarious.
Kyrie might come.
Let's not get too deep into it too soon, y'all. It's already gonna be right.
The Duke Hospital is not that good. All right. So we also will go into the NFL. We're excited about that. We'll talk about the Carolina Panthers. Who they should take with the number 8 pick.
Oh, yeah.
We will end the show with all of our NFL topics. You guys are both sporting the Panther theme Diego Army tees. So check out thepick'empros.com to get your latest Pick 'em Pro merch. We got that representing the Panthers from our 2 Panther fans here. So y'all look good rocking that. We'll talk about Aaron Rodgers and a whole lot of other stuff. So super excited. All right. Well, let's get into it. Let's get into our first topic here. All right. Cooper, Flagg, and Duke. So, fellas, where will Cooper, Flagg? Let's go ahead and assume Duke wins the championship. All right. Diego, if Duke wins the championship, where do you put Cooper, Flagg? Is it no brainer? Top 5? Just go ahead and take this one, man.
Obviously, top 5 Duke play. If they win the championship, he might be the best ever. I mean, it's hard to put him over guys like Grant Hill, Christian Laettner, and Bobby Hurley, because they're like some of the main guys on a team with two championships. He's gonna leave after this year, so he just have one. No, I'm gonna say number 3 after Laettner and Grant Hill, but ahead of Bobby Hurley if they win.
Okay.
And I mean, if he becomes one of the top NBA players, face the league, that could get him higher. But just like right after this year, I'd have to put him at 3.
Okay. All right.
I would say it would be 3 as well, but like it would be a 3A and 3B between him and JJ because again,
JJ Redick,
what he meant to Duke, and also I'm not putting him over Grant Hill or Christian Laettner. Like, I'm sorry, that's a little too much, a little too rich for my blood. You feel me? But again, what JJ did, again, one of the better players in the ACC, and again, with our reputation of having players who are a bit not liked is the most friendly word to say that, but yeah, I did love his rashness and how he played. So I would definitely say that would be how I rank it.
Okay. Yeah, and Brandon, I did see your comment there about Jay Williams. Yeah, you can't forget him. Jay Williams is one of the greats for sure. JJ Redick, that was good for you to mention him.
JJ didn't win one though, so I think that's what I'd say.
Yeah, true. But then a lot, and you alluded to this, Diego, what you do after Duke also says a lot. So if Cooper Flagg goes on to become the face of the NBA, that gives him a whole lot of cred coming back, and that can then elevate. Yes. You know, hey, let's put Coach K in this. All right. Because would you guys say, maybe silly question, would you say Coach K is number 1 just as far as aura, legacy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, for sure.
Yes,
clear.
Definitely.
Okay. So Coach K is this. So maybe a better question might be, all right, 10 years from now. Okay.
Oh no.
Coach K, still, here and everything, still has his aura, but Cooper Flagg is the face of the NBA. Unquestioned face of the NBA. Who has the most aura on campus?
It's still okay because for me, I'm always a lineage person. Like it's the house that the place has been built. You feel me? So as much as I love Cooper, Coach K is the reason why like Cooper would even want to go to Duke and want to even like play for the team. So that's what I would say. Okay. So yeah, I'm sorry. Mike Krzyzewski is always going to be good money with me. I'm sorry. I can't.
I agree. I mean, it will be closer than a lot of people would think. With him doing that, because Duke, a lot of people from Duke have come into the NBA and been bust.
Right.
Like, Marvin Bagley, like some of the other guys. But Cooper, if he ends up becoming that guy, it will be very, very close. Maybe even tied.
Okay. Now, you know what? This just hit me, but this is where, again, my age and experience comes into play. It would be Cooper Flagg, and it wouldn't even be close. All right.
Also,
I have a great example for you. Michael Jordan. Okay. When Michael Jordan left Carolina, he wasn't Michael Jordan.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
True.
Dean Smith was everything to Carolina. And Dean Smith continued to have crazy Oregon. It was called the Dean Dome. Right? Was it the Dean Dome when he was still coaching? Like, it was crazy. Like, the Dean Smith just had all the aura. But Michael Jordan, becoming Michael Jordan after the fact, he had so much to where there was no bigger figure than Jordan. So we are a very recency biased society and whatnot. So as great as his aura will always be, if Flagg goes on to do the things that some of us think, you won't even be able to touch it.
Jordan became the greatest player ever.
Yes.
Like, if Cooper ends up becoming the greatest player ever, sure. But if he's just like a face of the NBA, but still really good, it's tied. But if everyone knows he's going to be the greatest player ever, then sure.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it's not a debate.
We just said that Cooper Flagg might be the greatest player ever.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him.
Okay, alrighty. Got like maybe like 20 or 30 people before. Let him get in the league first, man. Let's not
let him get in the league first. That's fair.
I see flashes.
That's fair.
You
see flashes.
Flashes.
You see flashes.
MJ. Okay. Listen, as a LeBron fan on here, I feel like that's just blasphemous for MJ. Like, guys, let's pump the brakes.
You know what though, and we'll get to the men's Final Four in a second. But to stay on this, it's going to be so fun for me as I get older to watch all the LeBron people hate on the next generation of who comes up. It's going to be so funny to hear the LeBron whoever debate. It's going to be very similar to the Jordan LeBron debate now. It's going to be so fun to hear all the people that are delusional about LeBron. And this is the thing that's going to really make you mad, because what's going to happen is, like, you have to have lived through eras to really know who people are, right? So like Jordan, you can go to YouTube and stuff like that, but it doesn't really do it justice because you had to have lived through the magnitude of a huge Game 6 and all that to really get what he did.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same thing with LeBron because we all know LeBron is great, right? There's no, as much as, me and Diego troll and whatnot, we know LeBron is great. Greatest, one of the greatest of all times. But when you look at, like, skill-wise, right, just imagine, especially with how long he plays, could you imagine the next generation going back and looking at YouTube highlights of LeBron and going, oh, okay, well, he just played for 25 years, but was he really all that?
Yeah,
he passed it. He really he wasn't a great shooter. He wasn't this. Like, I can already hear all the arguments, and then you'll be losing your mind because you'll be like, no, you can't just go to YouTube. You had to have lived through it, and it's gonna be the same thing.
A lot of people discredit, like, Jordan because he played so far back.
Yes.
A lot of people now are like, oh, well, people back then were trash.
Yep.
Like,
that's gonna be fun to see.
Listen, I already resigned to Wemby and Jokic killing the game in the future.
Gone.
Listen,
Yeah,
I'm already like, hey, it's gonna happen with one of those two. I'm just waiting for everything to fully develop between those two careers, man.
For sure. All right. Well, that was fun, man. Well, let's move on to men's Final Four here, and let's talk about within this here. NIL. All right. So NIL, we've got 4 number 1 seeds here for the men. We've got Florida and Auburn playing. So the men play tomorrow, women play tonight. Can't wait for that. Matter of fact, they just tipped off. First game just tipped off. It's 7 p.m. Eastern here. So So can't wait for that. But we've got Florida and Auburn playing first, and then we have Duke and Houston. Oh man. And we're gonna bring Bree on in a second, and we're gonna talk about those games. But Diego, what's your take on NIL? Has it eliminated mid-majors from competing anymore in college?
I think mid-majors will still be able to compete, like, in the tournament and get a few wins. But as far as, like, Final Four, making, like, true deep runs, like some teams in the past, that might be over. Like, that might not be as common. They will be able to win a game or two, but not go as far as they have in years past, I think.
Okay.
I would say, like, for mid-majors, you're going to need veteran squads who are, like, at least proven at this point. Because, again, you're not going to be able to attract, like, all these, like, high-profile, like, high school players. So that's going to be, the difficult thing. But if you're a team that's, been, like, gone through a bunch of stuff and you're still, like, are going to keep pushing, That's what I think is going to happen. But I'm looking at all these 1 seeds. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yes.
And everybody who picked the brackets are like, oh, well, we went against our conventions. We were trying to pick upsets, and it's like, it feels inevitable at this point. That's kind of what's alarming about the change in basketball and football as well.
Yeah, and it has happened before. We've had 4 number 1 seeds make it to the Final Four, so not the first time. So, is it more of a fluke, or is this how it's going to be? But the mid-majors will definitely have to have players that are more seasoned. But the thing is, once they then show out, they can enter the portal, and then they're losing those guys. So that's
because
kind of the
argument. The experienced guys are going to want to go where they get the most money, because they know they're not going to the NBA right away. So they're trying to get as much money in college as possible.
So that's definitely going to be tough for the mid-majors to keep these guys for sure. So with all the money being there, definitely. Hey, Brandon says might be unpopular take, but you root for the big programs in Kansas. Okay, better for college. Okay, all right, Brandon. Yeah, you have to expound on that a little more when we have you on at the end too. Yeah, curious to hear a little more about that. All right, well, let's bring Bree on and let's actually dive into who we've got for these Final Four picks here. What's going on, Bree?
Hi, not much.
All right. Well, good to see you as always. So, we're here with the men's Final Four. They're in San Antonio. We had all number 1 seeds here. And, man, I believe somebody actually picked all the number 1 seeds.
That was me.
Man, that was definitely me. So I know I did. Now, did you as well?
I said on the King show, I changed it to Michigan State. On my bracket, I have all 1 seeds.
You can
that's
check questionable.
You can check it. Yeah,
so you
it's
got
right there.
So that sounds like you hedged your bet then. So
I did, but what's written on my bracket, that's the one that matters. That's the money maker. So
I don't know. I don't know. I think I would go by what you said at Kings. Yeah, I think so. You think so?
Watch when I win the bracket.
What do you think, Bree? Do we need to go by what he said at Kings?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think we need to go by that.
I hate him like Curry.
All right. So, Bree, let's go with these matchups here. So we've got Florida, Auburn. Does Auburn have any chance against Florida?
Yeah, they're gonna beat Florida.
What?
Yes, I have Auburn winning it all.
Oh man! All right, okay, you got them winning it all.
Yeah,
that
I feel a little risky, but I like this one.
Yes. Now they have to be probably the most seasoned. I don't know if to say disrespectful. Well, they are seasoned, but they have to be the most, I'll say, underrated. They have to be the most underrated number 1 overall seed ever. Yeah, because they're the number 1 overall seed as far as for the tournament goes. Yeah. But there's not many people that are if you did a poll of people right now, I'd say maybe 10% of people would say Auburn at this point. Yeah, because it's going to be Duke and Florida heavily. Yeah, right. Then Houston would be that next tier, and then Auburn. So we'll see there. All right. Okay. So you got Auburn winning it all, and then what about the Duke and let's stay with that. Diego, who you got with Auburn?
And Florida. I'm going with not Florida. I'm going with Florida.
You got Florida?
Florida.
Okay.
I'm sure you got the pick right.
That's good job. Yeah, okay. Good job. Was it different somewhere else, or you hedging your bets again?
It's Florida.
Okay.
It's Florida, man.
All right, it's Florida. All right, so we stand with Florida. What about you, Chris?
I would stay with Florida as well.
Okay.
That Texas Tech game and how they came back in the fourth quarter really moved me. Just seeing how, again, during all the adversity, and they just locked in on defense. Yeah. Even when their shots weren't falling, they still had faith in it. And yeah, man, they got one of the most clutch players I've ever seen. So Walter Clayton.
Yes, Walter Clayton.
And man, speaking of Walter Clayton, he went to a mid-major and then transferred.
Yes,
he went to Iona.
Yes. Great point. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I have Florida as well for sure. Okay, so Bree, oh man, you're gonna have some big time bragging rights if if they beat Florida, but if they win the whole thing, oh yeah, you're gonna be looking good on that. Okay, so what about Duke Houston? Who do you have on that, Bree?
Well, Duke, just because Cooper Flagg's really good. And
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I feel
You
like
don't
there's not
seem too
big
excited
much-
about that.
So angry.
Yeah, well, because if they do win and if Auburn wins, then I don't know if Auburn would beat Duke.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Got
why
that.
I-
All right. All right. Diego, it's a silly question. Duke, Houston. Who do you have?
We all know it's
Okay.
Duke. It's gonna be Duke. I don't even really have to say anything. It's just about how much are we gonna win by? That's really the thing.
Okay.
I don't think Duke, but I pray that this is another Detroit Lions thing that we have happened again. Where it's like, it's why how much we
Detroit
go
lost in
win,
the first
and then
round.
we
They
get,
didn't even win a game.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
man,
That's all I'm saying. I just don't want to. Let's not have a repeat of that. That's why I'm like hedging my bets, but I'm like Duke. But
That was
little scary.
bad.
A little scary.
That was bad. Yeah, well, hey, I'm going Houston. Okay, so I picked Houston to win this. I picked Houston to win it all. Okay, so I'm still looking good here. Houston has that defense. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And what I worry about if you're pulling for Duke, what you need to be concerned about is how Carolina and how some other teams put some really tight defense on Duke and came back strong in the second halves. So if those teams put defense on them and had them throwing the ball all over the place, what in the world are they going to do against that Duke?
I got a question for you.
I mean, against Houston.
How many times do we beat Carolina this year?
You beat them at least 3 times. You beat them 3 times.
We beat them 3 times.
Yes.
So I don't think that should be your example here.
Okay. All right.
Not the right move.
Hey, good point. But again, but I use that as a good example because that is a much lesser team and you struggle with their defense. So if you struggle with Carolina's pressure, just wait until that Houston football squad shows up and puts their defense on you. Oh man, they're gonna be all up in your chest.
We got the D. We got the D and the O.
Okay.
Defense and offense.
You got bailed out because she had that injury last year, but you're not getting bailed out this year.
We are much better this year. We didn't have Cooper last year.
And so are we. We've got offense now. We can shoot threes now. It's gonna
we
be
can
good.
shoot
Can't
threes
wait.
too.
Okay. All right. We are going to see.
Our
It's going to be a
7-2
showdown tomorrow night. Oh, man. About 11 o'clock, y'all. We're going to have to call the authorities. We're going to have to do a wellness check. You may have to do a wellness check on Diego. So our dog Kirby, our support dog Kirby might be making an appearance.
Right here. I might come to the studio.
The support dog may be making an appearance. So, Bree, we have a lot to be proud of you for. For one, you have done a great job interviewing and tracking down a lot of athletes, and we're going to take a moment to highlight that. So, but before we do that, we want to congratulate you on being accepted into Grand Canyon University. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Round of applause. Yes, we're very, very proud of you for that. They got a gym, and we know you're gonna continue to go on and do many great things. So we're proud of you for that. First and foremost. Second of all, you've already done several interviews. Some are being edited right now. We have one that is out right now with Eric Priest. He's 15-0 boxer. I tell you what, we're going to play a 3-minute clip from that interview so everyone can get familiar with your interviews and what's to come. So we're going to play a 3-minute clip from that. But why don't you maybe just tell us a little bit about Eric and who he is to kind of lead us into this clip of My Sports Journey with Eric.
Yeah, of course. So Eric, he's really inspirational. Just the way he talks, if you listen to him, you would just get inspired by that. And he's a really good boxer. I mean, he's 15-0. He fights under Oscar De La Hoya. Yeah, I mean, he's a really good guy, and the interview, I think, shows for itself.
All right, fantastic. Well, let's go ahead and go into it. I'm going to fire up this clip. Enjoy. You can see the full interview on our YouTube channel. Just go into My Sports Journey and watch the full interview. But we're going to go ahead and play this 3-minute clip, and we'll be right back.
Hey guys, it's Brown with Pick'em Pros, and you're watching episode 3 of my incredible sports journey. I had the pleasure of sitting down with 15-0 boxing champion Eric Priest. I hope you enjoy.
We gon' up the score, touchdown, this is not field goal. We the winning team champions when you walk through the hall. You can place your bet with us, cause you know we gon' win them all. I pick them like a pro, global trying ball, talk a bigger roll. We gon' up the score, touchdown, this is not field goal. We the winning team champions when you win them all. Yeah, this is a major play. We do it big in a major way. Diego be having the pick of the day. Here we come, don't care if you ready. We them boys, the gold is heavy. Top picks like cheese, no shredded. Number one is where we headed. I'm a grizzly, a bear like Desmond. I'm a Steeler.
So when you stepped into the ring for your first main event in January, that must have been a huge milestone for you. How did it feel to carry the weight of the attention and that pressure on your first main event?
You know, I've always said pressure is a privilege. So to carry that weight and to be able to have the opportunity to be my first main event, I would say, you know, it's like an honor. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people would would kill for that opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, a lot of people want to view pressure and things as like a bad thing, but to me, it's like, what an opportunity. You know, it's like like this is what you asked for. And so to have the opportunity to have high expectations of myself or have other people have high expectations of what I can do. And I knew going into it was going to be a hard fight. And the guy, you know, with a 20-2 record, that's pretty good. And I was like, all right, well, you know, I think, I don't know, like I said, it's what a privilege. So I don't know. Pressure can either make you or break you, and I prefer to let it make me.
What are your ultimate goals in boxing? Do you see yourself going for world titles, or do you have other aspirations for your sport?
Right now, like my goal, my mindset, everything that I'm doing, you know, I'm about to go to practice right after this interview, like for absolutely no reason at all. I just fought like 3 weeks ago. I don't have to, you know, and it's just like just because. Yeah, like I want to win a world title. That's just always been the goal. I want to at one point say I was the best in the world at something. Not something boxing, but if I can impact, you know, thousands, not millions on the way up doing that'd be pretty cool too. I would like to utilize winning a world title to become kind of the face of Korean American sports. In a sport where it's very saturated with like Latinos and African Americans, it's like there's not too many Korean people in there. Mm-hmm. So to be able to represent my culture and kind of act as a front runner for a lot of kids that may be wanting to take the same path as me and kind of trailblaze that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, first step, win world title. Everything else, I guess, will kind of fall in place afterwards.
All right. Yes. All right. So great job, Bree. Great job. And there's many more that you're working on. I believe you had an interview yesterday with an NFL player. You want to tell us about that one?
Yes, I do. So yesterday I had the pleasure of interviewing Will Hernandez. He's a offensive lineman for the Cardinals. And that interview was really, really good. So I'm excited for that one to come out. He's super, super nice, and everyone's so welcoming there. So had some pretty good answers for some things, and I think you guys will be really impressed with it.
All right. Good. We can't wait to see that one. So great job. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Well, let's move on to our next topic. We've got the women's Final Four. Okay. So that is actually going on right now. We've got South Carolina playing Texas right now, right? Yep. Okay. All right. So feel free, Brandon, or anyone to kind of keep us updated on what's going on with that throughout the show here. So I'm hoping, because I got South Carolina going, I'm nervous because they've been looking shaky. They've barely been winning. But Bree, who do you have in the South Carolina-Texas game?
I have Texas, mainly because I feel like they have more drive because it's their first time in the Final Four since 2003. That's like 22 years ago, which is kind of crazy. So I feel like they have more drive. And like you said, South Carolina kind of like been iffy a little lately, but yeah, I chose Texas. So
okay, all right. What about you, Diego?
Yeah, I'm going with South Carolina. I mean, they got a ton of experience, good coaching, and I just think they're gonna have what it takes to just win in the big game. They got that experience.
Think they'll pull it out. And I know they're in the SEC, so they've played. They've already played. They're familiar with each other. How about you, Chris?
South Carolina as well.
South Carolina.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
For the Southern folks. Okay. But I'm still so rocking with Don Staley and all the talented people that they have down there. I'm just really scared because the matchups that they have played, they're like 1-1 on the season it was like a coin flip to decide who was like the SEC championship. So that was like the whole thing. So that's why I'm a little bit more nervous. So I'm picking South Carolina because of the experience, but I don't know.
Yeah, we're all just pulling for Don Staley, I think, to be honest. So we're very nervous about it. Brandon said, yeah, Texas is up 15-11 right now. So yeah. So Bree, we need the island hat and the island shot.
Yeah.
We're on the island for like 2 games. So
I need it.
we need to bring that back. All right. So what about the next one? We've got UCLA and who's UConn. Yes. UCLA, UConn. Who do you have in that, Bree?
Okay. That one was a tough one. I don't want to be on an island again. I'm just kidding. I chose UConn just because Paige, she's like dominating right now. But also Lauren Betts on UCLA is also dominating for both their teams right now. So it was a close call for me, but I chose UConn. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think smart money's probably on UConn. A lot of people have them winning it all. How about you, Diego?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with UConn. UCLA, they're a good team. They got their 6'7" center. That's gonna be tough for them to guard.
Yes,
but UConn, they got Paige. They got good coaching over there. So I just think they have the edge in this one.
Okay, I got UConn as well. Yeah. Paige has been losing her mind recently. I just want to see her. Listen, as much as I've been like rooting for Dawn, I do want to see Paige go out with a bang, just because.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm pulling for, though. I picked UConn. I had UConn, South Carolina, like a lot of people in the championship. I'm pulling for UCLA. I hope UCLA can get the update because I don't want to see UConn. So I'm hoping UCLA can knock them off. And isn't it funny that UConn is the only non-number 1 seed to make the Final Four across both? Everyone else is the number 1 seed. UConn's the number 2
it's
seed.
Still UConn. Like
that's the thing. I'm like,
it's not even like an upset.
Exactly. No, not at all. I mean, UConn's the team everyone's the most scared of.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty funny. All right. Well, Bree, always a pleasure to have you. We will bring you back on a little later as we talk Aaron Rodgers specifically, as well as maybe a few more NFL topics.
Yep.
All right.
See you in a bit.
Okay. See you in a bit. Thank you. All right. Cool. Josh Boo. Yeah, Josh. UConn needs to get knocked out because Josh, again, one of our very, very loyal subscribers and supporters, he has a chance because we have the bracket challenge, right? Pick 'em Pros. We've got a $100 Nike gift card for the men's bracket and the women's bracket. Josh has a chance, as well as I do, a few people, to win both, depending on how it falls. If UConn and Duke wins, he has a very good chance. If UConn wins, I think he automatically wins the women. If Duke wins, you and Josh and Diego will be tied, and it's going to come down to tiebreaker. So that'll be very interesting. So yeah, can't wait to see that. All right, well, hey, let's go to the NBA. All right, yes, can't wait to talk about this here with our guy Christopher Davis. So Lakers and Warriors. So they are currently the 4 and 5 seed. So if the playoffs started today, they would match up in the first round. A lot of people are saying they don't want to see that first round. They want to see that later. I personally want to go ahead and get it over with. I want to see that first round. Please. Let's please see that first round. I don't want that to wait. So, Diego, first, do you think they will face off first round? And whenever they face off, who's going to win?
I think they'll face off first round. With the way it's going, I think that the seeding is going to flip. I think the Warriors will be 4, Lakers will be 5.
Okay.
Either way, I'm still going to have the Warriors, of course, because I'm a Warriors fan, of course. And then with the way they beat them yesterday, and we got playoff Jimmy, he's going to come in and play at another level. And that's going to be big. So.
They beat him yesterday?
Yes,
Ooh.
Definitely. They
How much?
Beat him by about 7.
Oh my goodness, they beat them by 7. Yeah. That had to have been in the Bay, right?
Oh no, it was in LA.
It was in LA.
Yeah, in LA.
Oh my
in
goodness.
LeBron's house, and Steph was getting MVP chance.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Not in crypto.com. That did not happen. There's no way.
In the crib. All right, listen, I already said what's going to happen when we pop out. Let us pop out in LA. We're going to have to deal with some people in a different color because we called it the crib. Now, let me get my take off with the Lakers. Listen, Luka, I have no idea what he was doing at the end of that game. and him going 0 for 6 from 3, him choosing the worst game for him not to show up, especially knowing that we're going to have to play these guys in the playoffs. You chose the one game. And again, even LeBron's absence, there's been moments where he's been hooping. But also, guess who else has been hooping? Austin Reeves. And guess who, at the end of the game, hit 2 really big threes? Austin Reeves. So why did he not get the ball in the last few seconds? And again, I understand it is crazy the fact that we did trade Anthony Davis for a player, and I am saying that I want Austin Reeves to get the ball. But again, I was thinking, let's go with a player who just hit 3 big shots. Like, what's going on, y'all?
Maybe y'all should have kept AD.
Perhaps.
And look, we could talk about like, listen, we could talk about our like team defense improving and like us seeming to get better, but we don't have that big man. And again, with the Warriors, it is a favorable matchup, but every single time we play him, LeBron and Steph decide to be like, oh, this is our legacy defining series. So I have to have a heart attack every time. So I am very worried. So I think that we, as a Lakers fan, I'm so rooting for them, but I am terrified of having to play them first.
Are concerned. Okay. Yeah.
Concerned, terrified.
Terrified.
We might go out in the first round. I am not joking about that.
So yeah, if somebody offers you a Lamborghini for half off, you might want to kick the tires a little bit and just don't purchase it right off the bat. You may just want to take your time a little bit, ask a few questions, just may want to do that. There might be a reason why, you just woke up one day and had a
tires
Lambo
are pushing 270 and they just automatically decide not to show up when you need them to show up. But a random Tuesday, I'm sorry. The Bulls losses in this really got me messed up, y'all. I am stressing.
Josh Giddey.
Man, yeah.
Josh Giddey getting us for game. And then LeBron having that stupid inbounds pass. Listen, I don't want to take off too much more of the show, man. I'm going through it. I'm so scared.
That was, man. Yeah, that half-court heave by Josh Giddey to beat them just took all the momentum.
Amazing.
For game.
Yeah, Josh Giddey for game. And then right after that, did they go to OKC? Wasn't it the Josh Giddey return?
Yeah, it was the Josh Giddey return. I don't know if he got a tribute video or not.
Yeah, I was about to ask. That's kind of the question. Did he get a tribute video?
I don't know. I'm going to have to do some research.
Okay. We'll leave that alone. All right.
Let's please do that.
Okay. So let's move on to, all right, Bad Boy Pistons. So, man, shout out to all family in Detroit. Love you guys. And yes, shout out to my mom, everybody repping Detroit. We know you are excited that the Pistons are doing some big things, playing some ball. But not only are they playing well and will be in the playoffs, but they are playing with a tough, hard-nosed bad boy style that represents the city of Detroit. So that is so great. So Diego, man, what's your take on these bad boys, man? Are they for real? Someone to be concerned about? Just go ahead and take this away.
Man, I think they could win a series depending on who they face up against. But I'm not surprised that they got the bad boy mentality because whenever they've been good throughout their history, they kind of had that edge. So I'm not surprised for sure. But they have the chance to win a series. They're a solid team.
Okay, they can get a series, make the city of Detroit proud. What would you say they need to add just in general to maybe get over the hump, maybe get to a second round, get to a third round? Are they lacking anything? Anything stand out to you?
I think they just need one more guy.
One more guy.
Because Cade's playing really well.
Yeah.
And they have that edge. I think if they just have one more guy to take the pressure off Cade, then they could really compete with the Cavs and all the top teams.
Brandon, you see what Brandon put in the comments?
Oh,
Devin Booker. Interesting. We got to bring. hold on. Bring you. I'm looking at bring backstage. He's like, no, don't take.
Don't do her like that.
It might be good for both sides.
She's gonna lose it.
You could have picked the other guy.
Might be time for a rebuild.
But he would be his game though, man.
Yeah,
that's a good Brandon. You snapped on that.
Yeah, you did.
Game wise, that's a great fit. We'll just leave it at that. All right. What do you think, Chris?
Well, Yeah, I think that they are a very great defensive team. Again, you have Jalen Duren, you have Asar, you have, the main enforcer, Isaiah Stewart, who is, hard nose brings back the feelings that, of basketball when you were watching it.
Yeah, man. Back
So,
in the day.
yeah, I really think that they are the best story in the NBA. They're seeing their improvement after all the turmoil, all the crazy stuff. Everybody saying oh, they ruined Monty Williams, and it turned out that Monty Williams might have just, been I ain't gonna go too much in that. But I will say that Cade Cunningham's improvement has been good. I do want to see what the team looks like with Jaden Ivey fully healthy, next season. And yeah, I do think that they could get a series because again, we've seen teams, with a certain energy and a certain type of, it's more of okay, we're starting to get established. We're so young, we don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah.
So I think that could be a key thing for them in the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's also interesting with the whole two things can be true factor with the Pistons. The coach, right, Bickerstaff, got ran out of Cleveland. Okay, and a lot of people thought it was terrible. Some people thought it was a good move, including Josh. But it was a good move for Cleveland because you can't argue what the new coach, Kenny Atkinson's done. He is probably coach of the year. Sure. But then you can say Bickerstaff, who got ran out of Cleveland, is coach of the year for what he's done in Detroit. Yeah. So that is amazing. I don't know if we've quite seen that happen.
Because Cleveland was just close. They just needed a little boost, and Atkinson's giving them the boost. Right. And Detroit was just so bad. They just needed somebody to get them to a playoff team, and he was that.
And he was that because they tried many people.
Yes.
So many have tried and failed in Detroit. So for Bickerstaff to be the one to come in and get them going, that says a whole lot. So shout out to him for sure. Yeah. Love to see the Pistons doing their thing here. So excited about that. And then Brandon's putting some other. Oh, there you go, Bree. Yeah, Bree, read up on those. That's funny. Those comments there.
I don't like that. Dude.
Oh man, I know. Nah, we gotta. We will have to talk about Phoenix though. We might save that one. We'll have to talk about that with Bree. We'll bring Bree on at something. We'll have to talk Suns. We'll do that in the offseason when it's time to go into that. We'll definitely talk about that with you, Bree. Okay. Well, let's move on to our final NBA topic before we go NFL here today. Our segment of fact or cap. So we've got a lot of teams here that are in the running. Are they, contenders or pretenders? So let's start with the Houston Rockets. Diego, how far can the Rockets go?
I mean, I just think it depends on matchups. If they face a team like the Clippers, which they easily could, I think they win that series and then go on to face maybe like a Warriors team or Lakers team, which they'll probably lose to.
Okay,
but if they face like a Timberwolves team which has Ant on it, then I think the Timberwolves get that. So I just think it just depends on the matchups.
Okay, depends on the matchups. Now I think Chris and I are looking at each other. I think we both think the Clippers would beat the Rockets
because again, the way Kawhi's all of a sudden seeming to turn back the clock, which I'm very concerned with because I'm like, hold on, wait, it's the fourth leg surgery, and now it seems like the claw's moving back to what we've seen before. I'm like, okay, this is a little concerning that this is like the 7th-8th seed in this conference. So very, very worried about the.
I don't know if we want to rely on Kawhi.
I know we don't want to rely on Kawhi and injuries, but the way he's been looking, I'm almost close to buying that fool's gold again. I'm almost close.
You got Harden. That would be his kind of homecoming, I guess. But
you feel me?
Right.
But I think the Rockets would try to prove themselves that they truly don't need him anymore to win.
That would be very entertaining, very fun to watch. I don't think Houston has enough offense. After seeing them struggle to score in some of these games, I don't feel when it gets into playoff basketball, they certainly have the defense. They've got the grit. Love their point guard. Love, of course, Udoka, the way he coaches. But
they got a little experience too. Low key, they got Van Vliet who's won.
Yeah, Van Vliet
Udoka's coached in the finals. Yeah. And they got Dylan Brooks who's played in playoffs.
It's just when they have to get a bucket in the fourth quarter, they don't have that go-to guy. I saw that in the game when they played the Lakers this past week. They could not get a bucket when they had to.
I think Jalen Green will step up and get the bucket when it's time. He can get some buckets. So like I think when it's time, he'll do it.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah. And as far as the Clippers go, I say depending on matchup, I'd give them first round maybe, but beyond that,
no.
I do not trust Kawhi beyond the first round.
Yeah, definitely matchups like that.
Yeah.
That Clippers Rocket series would be tough to see
for sure. Yeah, that definitely would. Okay, how about the Knicks? What do you think about the Knicks?
Knicks, I'd say they're real. But the only thing is that they've been playing so many minutes, and it's just like a matter of if they're just gonna run out of gas. But pure talent base, I think they have what it takes.
Okay,
but
and they have a home. Their home crowd is amazing.
Yeah,
for sure.
MSG is crazy, but they are going to have to play either the Celtics or the Cavs like in that next round. And I'm so sorry that I think the Cavs is the much better matchup, but if they end up playing the Celtics, it's not going to be good. And I also think that when it comes to Tibbs, and again, when your own players are coming out being like, "Hey, get the guys on the bench some burn," that's a problem. That is a serious problem.
Yeah.
So you feel me? Like we saw last year when everybody was getting run to the ground. And then every single person dropping, and then like we didn't even know who was playing on the court in that game 7 versus the Pacers.
Yeah.
So I'm like, until they figure that out, I don't know what's gonna happen.
I like the fact that Brunson has been able to get rest.
Yes.
I think that injury was the best thing that could have happened to him because he's not able to be run into the ground. So that gives me some kind of hope for the Knicks. So it's going to be funny, especially with the Knicks fans and whatnot, because, of course, a lot of the diehard Knicks fans, and even your Stephen A. Smiths and all those people, they're like, nah, they don't have enough. They don't have enough. But again, they're just like our guy C-Payne here. They say that, but when they get in the thick of it, they're not going to be able to help themselves, and they're going to keep picking the Knicks.
Yeah.
Shoot, if we down 2-0 versus the Warriors, I'm saying it's over, y'all. I'm not. Listen, I'm not about to be dishonest right now. That game terrified me. I am so worried.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. C-Payne's coming around. All right. What about the Nuggets? That's a tough one.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna say Cap. Cap. No, they don't have enough. Well, I mean, they have some experience, of course, from winning the championship 2 years ago, but I just don't think Jokic is gonna be able to go all the way. Beat the top teams like the Thunder, maybe the Warriors, or even some of these other teams.
They do have a 10-time MVP.
Yeah. I don't believe that they have the role players like they did in that championship run, a la Bruce Brown or KCP. Just like, you can't just rely on Jokic and Murray, because again, the one thing with Jamal Murray, it's like, he'll show up versus certain teams, and then all of a sudden versus others, it's like, goes back down the drain. So we gonna see.
They're tough. Everyone's concerned about their supporting cast, although a lot of their supporting, like the people that we're talking about aren't there, are like the 4th, 5th guy, 6th guy. So their top 3, really their top 4 are still there.
4, Jokic, Murray, Porter, and Gordon. They're still there.
So the top 4 are still there. So when we're saying they don't have help, it's like, okay, we're talking 5th, 6th, 7th guy.
Bench players.
Yeah. So, but their bench was very strong for that run. So, there's a little bit of truth to both of those. I think we can all agree the Nuggets are a team nobody wants to face.
True.
I don't think you want to face them.
We will face them.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll face them.
I'll just better abuse
it. I'm not scared of anybody.
That's all y'all got.
Who's gonna guard Joker?
We got Looney. We got Quentin Post. He's the center. We got some guys that can play some D. We even got Kuminga can even come in there. Draymond, they're smaller, but they can, if Looney and Post are on the bench, we have those guys that can get aggressive.
We're calling this the closest MVP race we've seen for a reason. And again, I'm
not close. No.
All right, listen. I've seen that man had a 60-point triple-double.
Yeah,
Like that's not okay. As a center, that's not.
Yeah.
He's putting up Wilt numbers. This is not. He's becoming
crazy
mythical.
numbers.
This is not okay. So I would say you always got to worry about what he can do.
Yeah.
And this is as a Lakers fan. Trust me, I am traumatized by this man for the past 2 years.
Yep.
I know exactly what it is like when he hits the most ridiculous 3-point shot you ever seen at the end of a clock at the key part of the game. So that's why I'm like,
we beat the Nuggets on the road to winning the NBA championship 3 years ago.
That was a long
time ago.
Speaking of the Warriors,
Jokic was MVP that year.
Speaking of Warriors, shout out to my wife, your mom. She just put a comment on there, upping you about the Warriors. So she's the biggest Warriors fan. So shout out to you, baby. And shout out to Mashika, Trey, everybody. And also Professor Lou Thompson. We're gonna see you in a couple weeks, so we can't wait to talk about Dallas with you. Okay, how about we got one more before we move on to NFL. Cavs.
Yep.
Might shock some people. When it comes to winning the NBA championship, Cap, because I got to see more from Garland. And all their supporting cast. 'Cause I know Mitchell's going to show up. It's just I don't know if Garland's going to show up in the playoffs. Like Eastern Conference Finals, they're playing the Celtics in Boston. I don't know if he's going to step up. Honestly.
All right. Okay. All right. Take.
That's the same thing because again, Boston's experience is what is the looming thing here. And I know that we will talk about Boston shoots too many threes, but there's some games where they're like, hey, it's not working. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, go to work. And when you have the option, you have those players who've been in those big high leverage moments time and time again. And especially because they feel disrespected off of especially the Olympics. Almost like, oh, the Celtics won the championship. We didn't even know. That's a chip on your shoulder, I feel. So we're going to see.
Commissioner Adam Silver needs to put a rule in and let DiVincenzo, once the Timberwolves are eliminated, they need to let him go back to the Knicks.
Yes,
please. So they can face off against the Celtics. Because I would love to see that. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh man, I would love to see that.
Clearly not happy about that.
Oh man, I know. Oh man, that's rough.
Best friends commercial
actually,
so
probably
crazy.
agree to that. Yeah.
Actually, one last one. Timberwolves. Are they dangerous at all?
Nah, not really.
You're not concerned about Timberwolves?
No cat. They're not the same.
Okay.
They literally took away the only thing that was able to beat Jokic. That's the most irritating thing that I'm just mad with the Timberwolves in general this week. So we're gonna leave it at that.
All right. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Well, let's move on to NFL. Okay. So with the NFL, you guys again rocking the Diego Army Carolina Panther themed shirts. You can get those at thepick'empros.com. Check that out. Matter of fact, hold on, let me show y'all. I'm saying, check out this. Check out that there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Look at us rocking the Pick'em Pro gear. Get your merch right now. We got the retro hoodies, tees, all of that. So you can go classic or retro. We now have it in all different colors. So you can get your favorite colorway and rep any team that you want. So go to thepick'empros.com and get your merch. All right. So just wanted to plug that. Now, with that said, Carolina Panthers, they have the number 8 pick in the draft in a couple of weeks. Diego, what should the Panthers do?
I think the Panthers should take Tetarula McMillan with the 8th overall pick, the receiver from Arizona. He had a monster year there.
Okay.
Looking like the best receiver prospect out in the draft.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got that Mike Evans build, about 6'4", like 220 or something. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should draft him.
Okay.
Get a weapon.
Okay.
For Bryce.
So he's got that Leggett build. I think I'd rather say Leggett than I'd rather
except he can catch the ball.
Oh, okay. All right.
and run.
But Leggett had his wrist. Yeah, he had a wrist injury. It's okay. He'll be back.
I would just let Diego think about that Eagles game, man. I don't want him to. We might have to take him off camera because that's just the wound's still fresh.
I can't even talk about Luke.
Yeah, that's a little rough.
Okay.
I would say I would want either Jalen Walker or Tet because I think that we still need that like very star player on defense because again, losing Shaq Thompson, and we still have Derek Brown and JC, but we need another guy on defense to really like, set the tone. And I would just say get a wide receiver early, like second would be the better move.
Okay.
If we're not able to get Tet, because we just need like again another younger wide receiver because again Leggett's hands were a disaster, and plus with Jalen Coker coming on, Adam Thielen is getting older, so that's why I'm like I don't think we should keep relying on Adam Thielen. And again, there were some games where I was like, okay, he turned back the clock all of a sudden. I don't know what got into him, but I don't know if we can consistently trust that. You feel me? So that's why I would say if we're not able to get Tet, take Jalen Walker and then get a wide receiver in the second round.
Okay. Yeah.
Me personally, I'm like, if we draft a receiver early second round, we're getting another Leggett. And another Xavier Leggett is not going to make a difference for us. I'm sorry. If we're going to get a receiver, I want to either get one with the 8th overall pick or just trade for somebody.
Hey, I have a great idea, guys. This will help you a whole lot. I think you should draft Travis Hunter.
I don't think we can.
How? Where is he going to be? He's going to be gone. Like the man is literally like he can play in 2 positions at the highest level.
You know what? I forgot y'all won a bunch of meaningless games at the end.
Yes, those were worth it.
My bad.
We don't need Travis Hunter. We don't even want Travis Hunter.
Shoot, it was good for morale that he scored 5 touchdowns, but then I remembered, now we're picking 8. It was like, we got a quarterback now.
I would rather Bryce Young have those big games than us get Travis Hunter. We don't want or need Travis Hunter.
Okay,
we're good.
All right, we're good.
Who don't want or need Travis
Hunter?
That's right.
We have Bryce Young.
He don't speak for me.
We don't need Travis Hunter. We're going to get the guy. What's his name from Arizona?
You see, if you watch the college football, you would know. You don't even know the top.
I watched it, but I didn't go quite that deep in college football. So I like my college football at the Texas, Ohio State, Michigan, Colorado, that level. I didn't really go to. Yeah, you went a little. You went Division 4 on me on that. So I didn't quite see
beat Colorado.
He did. He beat Colorado. He mossed Travis Hunter in the end zone.
No way.
Yeah, he did.
I'm gonna have
There's
to
a clip.
We're gonna have to pull the clip up of that. We're gonna have to pull the clip. We're gonna have to see that.
I think Travis might have even fell to the ground.
Now you know what? In our want to maybe spill the tea here, but in our new studio, we may be able to show that. So just a little tease of what may be coming in a couple of months. So yeah, we're gonna have if you like this, just wait until you see us in a couple months, man. This thing's gonna be looking like NFL Network. Oh my goodness, you are not ready for that. All right, well let's bring Bree back and let's talk a little more NFL. What's going on, Bree?
Hi.
All right, hey. So your boy, we like to say this when we're talking about someone that's clearly not your boy. Your boy, Aaron Rodgers. A lot of drama going on. Seemed like about 2 months ago, the Steelers and Rodgers had some mutual interest, but they haven't signed anything. At least last I checked, unless there's something on the ticker. What's going on?
Yeah, he just needs to retire. He's like taking too long. Like I don't know what he's doing. But he needs to retire because, he's not good anymore. Last season with the Jets really proved it. He looked like he was out of it, all the time. So it's just, weird. He needs to say goodbye to the career. He probably wants to go out with a bang, though, but he hasn't even signed with anyone. So it's weird. I don't know what they're doing. But he was seen, throwing with DK half. So maybe, but I don't know.
Yep. That is true. Yeah, if it's kind of like what we were saying before, it's something too good to be true. It is, and here it is. If the Jets cut you,
yeah,
I don't know if
let's go get that guy.
I've
never seen that before.
They thought they were going to the Super Bowl with him.
Yeah.
Even after the Achilles tear,
Yes.
they were like, "Oh, we just needed him back, and we're going to the Super Bowl." Traded Devontae Adams, his best buddy, to that team.
Yeah,
and they still were like,
all his guys.
"We're going to trade Devontae, and we're going to cut you."
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Brought in
they're-
Justin Fields to replace him.
Brought in Justin
Yes.
Fields.
Yeah.
This is
They're like,
this
yeah,
is an
Justin Fields
indicator.
answer.
You gotta go, man.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
when stuff starts to get bad. The backup for the yeah, we're not even going.
Yeah. Drop the mic on that.
We
Yeah.
got-
Yeah. The Jets said, no, that's all right. We'll go with Justin
We want
Fields.
We'll
Justin
get the,
Fields.
Yeah.
backup for the Steelers.
Yeah.
That's-
But yet the Steelers
We're
are like,
basically going to get your backup,
right.
someone that's not even as good as your backup.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I think the Steelers would be better off with Trubisky at this point. I don't know.
It might.
It might be. I mean, only quarterback to never throw a pick six for some
They have
reason.
Kyler
That's,
Murray.
Really?
They can
yes,
have
weirdest
Wow.
stat ever. He's the only quarterback like playing actively who's never thrown a pick six. Mitchell Trubisky.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's crazy.
Which
Man.
he throw every other interception in the world, but not a pick six. Oh my God,
that is a wild stat. Bree, did we miss you?
Oh, I just said Kyler Murray would be good on the Steelers.
Oh man, yeah. Now he would be phenomenal because I still believe in Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe in
guy,
Kyler
man.
Murray. Yeah,
Little steps.
I am a Kyler Murray fan for sure. So I'm surprised, Bree. You've given up on Kyler.
Guys, he's been on the team for years and he hasn't done anything.
But it's not him. He doesn't
It's
he
not
doesn't have
him.
enough help.
If
Needs
the
help.
quarterback's
It's
not
not him.
good, then he would do something.
It's not him. Now, okay, he's got now Will Hernandez, of course, is great. So he's got
Yeah.
help there. All right. That's
Yeah.
our guy. But besides that, he needs more help.
Yeah, he does. Maybe if we got more help, then I'd be persuaded. But
Man, yeah, Kyler.
we'll see how
Oh,
this season goes.
okay. All right. Yes, definitely. So hey, man, Arch Manning. Yeah, Arch Manning would be great. Would be
Yeah,
great.
we could take him.
Yeah, anywhere would definitely
Yeah.
take him. So, all right. Now, Bree, you had mentioned as we were preparing for the show, you were talking about I think it was DK Metcalf. Yeah, what'd you
Yeah.
find out about him?
Yeah, he didn't even want to go to the Steelers the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, which I read about that, but you never know. I mean, sometimes fake news out there, but pretty sure. And then the Panthers, they showed interest in him too. And like other teams,
Yeah,
like,
maybe if they
They
didn't pay JC.
I'm done with this stupid team.
Yeah. We need it. See, you just crushed.
They wanted him, but they were never gonna get him. Like it's the Panthers.
Oh,
We could have just
okay.
traded one of the young guys.
That
given him-
shot wasn't necessary.
We could have done that. I mean, I know I was like, it's the
But anyway,
Panthers. All right,
I
it's
don't
the
know like
Cardinals.
what made
Like,
him decide to go to the Steelers, but it happened.
yeah,
If we didn't pay
he
JC,
should have come to Carolina.
we would have
been
had the
great.
money to get
We've
him.
got great weather.
Yeah.
All of that. Like
Great
it's
weather.
just
we have
perfect. It's-
Bojangles.
Yes,
we got Bojangles.
Yeah,
There's no
Bojangles.
Bojangles from
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
See, Bree, oh, Bree, you didn't get Bojangles. You know, next time you got to get Bojangles when you're here next
I
time.
think I've had it when I lived in the South when I was little, but I don't remember.
Oh, that's what. Yeah. If you were in ATL, you definitely had Bojangles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
for sure.
remember though. I was like,
That's right. Okay. All right. We'll have to.
Yeah.
Get that back.
yeah, but
All right.
it's weird about DK because there's so many other teams that he could have went to.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why did he pick the Steelers? Maybe he knows that Aaron Rodgers actually isn't going to be their quarterback. Maybe. I don't know.
We'll see.
Because I
Well-
wouldn't want to play with him. Can't even.
Well, hopefully, once the draft takes place in a couple of weeks, then we'll get a little more clarity on what's
Yeah.
going to happen. So we will
keeps me up
definitely
at
see.
night. I need to know.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, Bree. Well, again, appreciate you, and we'll be looking out for the next set of interviews, including the one that you just did with Will Hernandez.
Perfect. Thank you for
All
having
right.
me.
All right, thank you. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
All right. All right. Yeah, man. A lot of
DK.
yeah, could have had DK, man. Ooh, could you imagine?
Of all
man,
the
if you
free
imagine
agency
Bryce
signings-
throwing the-
What I was
No.
saying.
Of all the free
Jace-
agency signings, right? Knowing we needed a wide receiver, we didn't get one. All right, listen, we better get Tet now. Now it's serious. I'm like, nah. Look,
Exactly. That's what I was
mean,
saying. See, you guys were trying to defend JC. This is all because of that. We don't have enough money.
Yeah.
oh,
So
Lord.
let's we're almost out of time here. Hey, Brandon, when you get it, well, actually, you know what? When we bring you on, you can tell us about you can update us on the game. So we'll get an update when you come on in a second, Brandon. But let's just finish up with Shedeur Sanders and the Cowboys drama, and then also the Patriots. So let's start with Shedeur. Where do you think Shedeur is going, Diego?
I think the Browns. I guess. I mean, the Browns need someone. So I'd say that's who they should take. But he might slide. You'll never know.
Maybe Giants.
Maybe to the
three.
Giants.
Okay.
Well, one of those two teams.
You think so? You don't see him going past the third pick. Think he'll be?
I can see it.
Okay.
I'm really wouldn't be shocked with anything.
Okay.
The Giants, but I wouldn't be shocked with him sliding either.
What about you, Chris? Is there any chance Shedeur slides past 3?
I think so, but I would say the Giants quarterback room, I feel like they're like trying to get, again, it's very messy with Jameis and Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I would say they're trying to do the, hey, let's have you sit, watch these two guys really do their thing, and then bring you in. Because I think that would be the better way to operate.
Yeah.
Because again, Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson in the big 2025 as your, quarterbacks, especially in that division. And, this is Brian Dable's like last shot with the Giants. He definitely wants to, go out on top. So I would say if the Browns don't get him, it would definitely be the Giants.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
If he somehow by some miracle winds up on the Raiders, that would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
That would be really cool because again, Tom Brady's his mentor and all that stuff.
I have a feeling. I definitely have a feeling he ends up on the Raiders for whatever reason. And that's part of the reason why I picked them to be.
Geno just signed a 2-year extension though.
Oh, Geno did?
He did.
He just signed a 2-year.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
So I mean,
they might not do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Depending on the terms of the contract. Depending on.
Pete Carroll really likes Geno. So
he does. That's right. That's right. They have that. That's right. They have Carroll.
Yeah. Also, if he goes to the Giants, I don't think he should start right away because they don't have a good O line.
No,
it would be like
all.
Bryce Young on the Panthers.
Yeah,
like the type of rookie year. So
that's a great point.
I declare the type of rookie year part.
What about the Cowboys? Your boy Jerry Jones and Michael Parsons. Do they sign him right before the season starts, as they always do?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Typical Jerry negotiations.
Yep. On this defense, there isn't another Michael Parsons walking through that door. I'm so serious. Like Jerry, forgetting the age is same. And again, the most annoying thing about the Cowboys is they have all the makings of a great team. You have a solid quarterback, and again, Dak, whatever you can say about him, he is solid, right? You have the star wide receiver. You have a good offensive line. You had a good running game, and now that's kind of iffy. Yeah. But again, with your defense, a bunch of your players were injured, so that was the excuse last year. So why wouldn't you pay the guy who is literally like a game changer, like defensive player of the year candidate?
Yeah.
That just doesn't make sense to me. And again, Jerry trying to lowball or just try to see what the market brings. Listen, and Mike already said that he wants to go to the Chiefs, if he doesn't get a ring anyway. So I mean, let's just see it happen earlier, I guess. That would be hilarious. But
Chiefs.
Yeah, they'll do it at the last minute. That's just how the Cowboys and Jerry does business, and they want to be in the headlines. So this is a perfect way to stay in the headlines all the way through until the season starts. So it'll be just like all the other negotiations. So it'll be the same thing. Now, how about last thing here? Diggs, Stephon Diggs going to the Patriots.
Yeah.
And they also got my guy Holland.
Yes.
From the Bills.
Very underrated.
So yes, very underrated. Talk about that receiving duo that the Patriots are going to have. And Coach Vrabel, are the Patriots a team to watch out for?
Man, if the Patriots draft Ashton Genty in the draft to get that running back, because they don't really have a guy, you got that to go with Diggs, Holland, the receivers, Drake May. He can throw. He can throw. They got the added piece to their defense. I think they're a playoff team. Actually, I think they're my sleeper pick to make the playoffs because I love what they've done in the offseason.
Yeah,
spent a lot of money, got the coaching, and I like what they're doing there.
Okay.
I do think Vrabel is a very good coach, and I really think that these moves are definitely good for the flashes that we saw from Drake May. I just, again, in a division with the Bills, and again, this is like a very sweet division. Like it ain't like nobody else is a world beater in that division. We're really worried about the Jets or Dolphins. They can at least get a wild card spot. And again, with the AFC, you feel me? It's not as, and again, because last year it was the first time I've seen that the conferences flipped with how competitive the NFC was compared to the AFC.
Right.
But You feel me? This isn't like an awe-inspiring division. So I really could see the Patriots sneaking out as a wild card team because, again, Vrabel teams, they compete really well. It's going to be a hard-nosed smash-mouth team with, again, having your quarterback. I don't want him to be in the Tannehill world because I think Drake May could be better than that. So just have Drake May just hit the key throws, and, you know, we could definitely see them make a run.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see them making a run. If the Steelers always do with their talent level, I think the Patriots can easily take that slot that the Steelers always seem to take every year. So
yeah, I'm not even a Drake May fan. I'm not even a Drake May fan.
Right.
I think they can do it. So.
But I love Holland. He is such an underrated receiver.
Yes.
I don't know why the Bills let him go.
Yeah,
he is so clutch.
Making a lot of big plays.
Clutch, hard-nosed,
yes,
great blocker.
Yes,
like he's tough.
Walking in barefoot and freezing temperatures.
You got to have a crazy person like that. That's a necessity at that point.
Definitely.
Can't do that.
Definitely. All right. Well, it's almost time to get out of here. Thank you for rocking with us once again. Before we go, we've got a fan favorite, Brandon Bean, joining us to recap. So what's going on, Brandon?
What's going on?
Hey, all right, man. Good to see you as always. We've got the Brandon recap here. We got our 3-minute countdown. So, Brandon, man, why don't you go ahead and take it away? First, maybe give us an update on the South Carolina-Texas game. Give us your take on both Final Fours, and then just whatever else you want to cover as far as what we talked about from NBA and NFL.
Okay, so South Carolina obviously is up 38-35 at the half. It's tight, but
another tight game.
It's okay.
It's a tight game. Yeah, but it depends on how Madison Booker does in the second half for this game to go. I felt like Duke would beat Houston. It's probably about double digits. I think the more tighter game will be Florida and Auburn. Like that would be a more tighter game.
Okay.
Walter Clayton Jr. He's the reason why I'm picking Florida to win it all.
Yeah.
Because like whatever reason, it's like, oh, they're down. We need a bucket.
Yeah.
And then he just raises his hands like, I'm here.
Man.
Like, and just
so nice.
go crazy.
Yep.
So there's that. I think it's the time for the Suns to blow it up. Maybe send, KD. I've heard KD could go to Miami. Me personally, and people might not like this, but I can see KD's best chance would be come full circle and go back to OKC.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah.
So there's that. If they could somehow not include Jalen Williams in the trade to pull it off, they can do it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the only thing.
Right.
For as Devin Booker, there's only like 2 teams that I could legit. I don't know if the Rockets gonna do it because they trust their young core.
Oh yeah, the Rockets.
But I don't see the Rockets to do it. I could see them moving Devin Booker to the East. So the only 2 teams out there would be like either the Pistons or like the New York Knicks.
Oh,
those are the 2 teams I could see them trying. Now Pistons probably have the better trade package because they got a younger core.
For sure.
So they probably gonna ship them out there because with New York, yes, you can offer players, but I don't know about their draft picks.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. That's why I kind of lean towards the Pistons.
Right.
So for as like NIL is kind of like, I think NIL helps college sports because we never had this much contenders on men's and women's and of course college football ever. So I think parity is good for college sports.
Yeah. Okay. No, great takes and great way to wrap it up. One thing I will add though is we're talking about pick packages. Who has more picks than OKC?
Yeah,
I'm so scared.
So could you imagine? Okay, we know
we got enough problems in the West. I don't want that's an added issue.
Yes,
That's
he's messed up too many.
So take
too many
teams.
So move Kevin Durant aside. Could they put enough together in OKC to get Booker? Oh my goodness! Could you imagine that?
They could get both. They're good enough to get both.
No.
Oh my
No,
God!
that's greedy.
They can get
That's
Booker.
biblical levels of greed.
They
do
could
not
get
eat
both.
that. That
It's
is a
possible.
sin. That is
the
against
Lakers would never win
Kevin
again.
Durant.
I am
in
so
life.
sick. Listen, that is against so many ethics codes. Out of all the trades that need to be next, and I understand how crazy the Luka AD one was. I completely understand why people wanted to nix that. That one should never be on the table. Please no.
OKC and the Warriors.
I'm already they already are at 60 with gonna probably
they're right there.
they could get 70. I'm
It's just like the dynasty years.
That
OKC
is too
and
funny.
the
That's
Warriors.
too funny.
not at all.
All right.
Not at all.
Well, we're gonna get on out of here. But hey, Brandon, man, always a pleasure. We will see you again soon, my friend. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Cool. Well, yeah, we're gonna get ready to get on out of here. Just to recap, so again, great show. Thank you, fellas. Thank you, everybody, for checking us out. Thanks for all the love and support. Josh, you're going down, man. We're gonna send the authorities out to look for you because we know you're gonna be sad after your 2 losses. Shout out to moms there with your post. We see you, love you, and so we will be back 2 weeks. We'll be back. We won't be in studio though. We'll be from a remote location. Diego's got some world traveling to do. So he's got some world traveling going on, but we will be back in 2 weeks from a remote location. And then we'll be at Kings. Oh, so Kings, one last thing. Check us out. Kings, April 26th. We will be there. We have a fire show. We've got Power Slap athlete Josh, Power Slap athlete Devin Jenkins driving up from ATL's coming up. We've got a few high school athletes joining us. One is signing his letter of intent to his college. We just have a great show prepared for you and are so excited for that. So join us. Get your tickets now. They are about to sell out. So if you're local here to the Raleigh area, go to thepickandpros.com and get your tickets because there are only a few left. All right. Y'all ready to get on out of here, man? Do our customary we getting Chinese food on the way home?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. All right, let's do it. All right. Thanks, Joe, for the studio, man. Much love. We'll see y'all next time. Until then, Pick 'em Pros.
Pick 'em Pros.
We are out. Later.